Hello, and welcome to Thrilling Tales, a podcast devoted to bringing the narrative results of war games and board games to life. Each episode of Thrilling Tales is created on the results of a played game. What you hear is not based on a real event, but rather a dramatization of the events which happened during the play of a war game or board game. And now, let's send the broadcast to the narrator of today's episode, Graham Palin.
The place, Italy. The year, 1944. Desperate times have befallen the Italian army. With the dreams of conquering North Africa faded into the hot desert sun, the Italians are now defending their homeland. As their government starts to crumble, an allied wave of soldiers descends on their homeland. As the British drive forward, an Italian patrol tries to slow down their advance. They must get through the British lines, and hold a vital intersection. The hope is that the patrol can delay the British from counterattacking, before the main Italian forces have reached their desired goals. Led by Draco, who carries his trusty rifle, grenades, and a satchel charge. He is accompanied on his mission by Marino, an old friend who also carries a rifle and grenades. The young Benetutti completes the group, hoping to survive his first mission. The trio start off by trying to avoid British patrols and enter a choke point gully. A gully that they believe is empty of the enemy. Unfortunately for them, the gully is home to a British machine gun nest, which sets its sights on Draco. The British soldiers have managed to fortify their position, with additional cover which makes it harder to attack. But that does not deter Draco, who swiftly moves towards the enemy and tosses a grenade. His aim is deadly accurate as British soldiers are killed before they can get off any meaningful shots. Marino and Benetutti also move into the choke point gully. Marino, ever with an eye open towards finding valuable gear, manages to locate a box of helmets near where the nest was located. But before he can pass out the helmets, a few British infantrymen who heard the grenade explosion spot Benetutti and open fire. Marino, having seen the British soldiers approaching, takes careful aim and fires, downing one of the soldiers. Draco also fires, but his shot misses. Benetutti, having put the helmets down, raises his rifle and fires, killing the remaining British soldier. All three soldiers have been fortunate so far. But as Benetutti passes out the helmets, an explosion in the distance alerts them to the presence of a British land mattress. A rocket-firing vehicle that must be addressed if the mission is going to succeed. However, Draco has other ideas as he discovers a goat trail which may lead the soldiers closer to their objective. As he proceeds down the trail, he stumbles across a group of British engineers, who may be associated with the land mattress. And if that were not enough, a sniper makes his presence known by firing at Marino. His aim is off, which only makes him vulnerable to the team. Draco tosses his second grenade at the engineers and manages to kill two of them. But it is Marino who is full of heroics in this encounter. First, he fires and kills the sniper. Then he turns towards the engineers and tosses his first grenade. The explosion kills the remaining engineers, and he earns a grateful smile from Draco. Meanwhile, Benetutti does not have the same luck as his three shots against the land mattress only succeed in suppressing two of the British soldiers. But as Benetutti looks to find a better position, a thunderbolt and lightning, which are very, very frightening, fly overhead. But the Italians manages to duck behind some cover and are not spotted by the pilots. More British infantry show up and fire on Marino, who manages to find some cover and avoid getting hit. Marino, not happy about the British who keep showing up, tosses a grenade at the infantryman. The blast kills one and suppresses the other two. Draco tries to take them out but misses badly, and is forced to reload. But it is Benituti who has the better luck as he maneuvers into position, and takes out the crew manning the land mattress with just 2 shots. With the British infantry still suppressed, all 3 soldiers head out on the goat trail. They are surprised to run into a British fire team, but they are too close for the fire team to attack them. So, they gather under the eyes of the fire team, to plot what to do next. The decision does not take long, as Marino acts as a spotter for Benituti to aim and fire. He gets off 3 quick shots, which manages by some miracle to kill all 3 members of the British fire team. This amazing bit of luck surprises even Benituti, but he is not complaining. However, there is little time to celebrate as some British skirmishers are drawn into the fight. They fire on Draco and miss. The infantrymen who were suppressed have now regrouped and they fire only to miss as well. As lucky as the Italians have been, time is becoming a factor in the success of their mission. Draco makes the decision to lead his team into the windswept plains. It turns out to be not the best decision, as a British machine gun team lies in wait. But they gave their presence away by firing too early on the Italians. All 3 soldiers move into the windswept plains and fire on the machine gun nest. They manage to kill 1 British soldier, but only suppress the other. Meanwhile, more British skirmishers enter the fray, and both groups fire on Draco and Marino, but neither is effective. The British infantrymen close the distance on the goat trail, and things are starting to look dicey for the Italians. Marino, now slowing down because of the building heat, manages to spot the objective. Benituti, buying his team some time, fires on the skirmishers and manages to make them dive for cover. But as Marino moves into the objective, he faces a British fire team that blocks his path. So, both Draco and Benituti follow, and all 3 soldiers are now in position to take out the fire team. Draco starts by tossing one of his remaining grenades at the fire team, which manages to kill one and suppress the others. That buys Draco enough time to pull out and toss another grenade, which finishes off the fire team. The British machine gun team responds, but their shots go wild. The Italians find themselves in a good position. They are out of the extreme heat, and can clear away the enemy forces. After finding some good cover, Benituti fires at the skirmishers and kills one of them. The other skirmisher and some infantrymen of the British duck their heads from the fire coming from Benituti. Marino manages to fire and kill a skirmisher, while Draco kills one of the British soldiers in the machine gun nest. He fires back but misses. Suddenly, the fire from the British soldiers is replaced by the sound of retreating footsteps. The British are pulling back, as they have been recalled to another part of the front. Draco, Marino, and Benituti breathe a sigh of relief as they managed to achieve their mission objective, despite the resistance from the British soldiers. With the British now moving on another front, the Italians realize that they must get back to their base of operations, leaving behind a small victory that they hope will help stem the tide of Allied forces into their own homeland.
Thank you for listening to this month's episode of Thrilling Tales. You can check out more podcasts on our Seek Out and Play podcast channel, along with videos on the Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. We invite you to visit our Facebook and Twitter pages, and if you want to support our channel, please visit our Patreon page. Once again, thank you for being a part of Thrilling Tales. And if you see Sally, bring her all the way home.